Let's quickly take a look at this. All right. In the first few days, we will be updating our public test realm with a first look at patch 9.15 alongside feature updates like new time walking experiences. This time, we're revisiting Legion with a couple of twists. These 0.5 patches falling in between full content tiers present an opportunity to focus on balance and revision of core systems based on feedback and data from the season so far. Patch 9.15 will include several significant changes to the Shadowlands Covenant system in particular. Once you've reached the high renown threshold, you will thereafter be able to freely switch among any of the 4 covenants without cooldown or restriction. It only took more than a fucking year, but we're finally here. Okay. Before the 4 covenants, as well as use cosmetic rewards that you have earned from one covenant, even if you are currently a member of a different one. Jesus! Finally! Both the covenant switching and the use of cosmetic rewards will also apply to alts once the renown threshold is reached on one character. Dear Blizzard, why is this always such a fucking struggle? Why must we always go through this every single expansion? You first double down, and you double down, and you double down, and we keep saying no, no, no. You keep saying yes, 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 and then finally, when everything has gone to shit, that's when you go, oh, okay, we'll do what you guys said in the first place, and then things get better. It's great that this isn't 9.3. It's great that we didn't have to wait for 9.3, but it would have been nice if they actually did this at the launch of the game. Conduit energy is being removed. Can I get some poggers in chat? Can I get some fucking poggers in chat? How long have we been begging for conduit energy to be removed? Like, how long have we been waiting for this? And it is finally fucking happening. They're finally removing it. When playing alternate characters, if you have already completed a given Covenants campaign on a different character, you will be able to immediately earn the Renown and Third Soulbind unlock without needing to replay the full narrative arc. Oh, alts will finally be able to just get in and have fun. Like you'll instantly be able to get in and have fun. This is so good. This is so good, Blizzard. Nice changes. While we hope many players will be pleased at the increased accessibility and freedom for the experimentation these changes will permit, we know that you might be wondering why we didn't make adjustments like these sooner. After all, a large portion of the community has been vocal about wanting to see changes along these lines since mid-2020, when Shadowlands was still in beta. They're finally fucking acknowledging the player base. This is, by the way, this is huge. Just FYI, I want everyone to give Blizzard some props for this. Banana, thank you for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is huge. In previous expansions, Blizzard have always sort of pretended like this was their idea, right? They finally came up with the ideas that makes everyone happy. For the first time ever, Blizzard comes out and they go, we know that this is what you wanted. And maybe they don't apologize for it, but they're at least going, we know this is what you wanted from the beginning. You said this during the beta. We didn't listen. So this is why we're doing it. When it comes to limitation on Covenant switching, millions of players experience Shadowlands for the first time through the lanes of their Covenant of choice. And that would not have been possible had the choice carried less weight from the outset. I don't agree. Nevertheless, after the conclusion of the Change of Domination campaign, the Covenants are united against the Jailer, and revisiting player feedback in that context has led us to reevaluate our approach. In terms of the day-to-day player experience, the advantages of the rigid division between Covenants have diminished since Shadowlands launched, while the downsides, feeling disadvantaged in certain types of content or having to choose between mechanical advantages and aesthetics, have only grown. That balance of factors no longer justifies the original limitations on Covenant switching. So in 9.15, we're looking to provide a way to circumvent them. I will say this. Yes, it's sort of PR speak for we still think we made the right call at the beginning, but I did make a video. It was literally, I think, the week that Shadowlands launched, or the week before that. It was during one of the interviews where Steve the Newser was talking about what's going to be the future of the expansion, and that at some point the Covenants might have to come together to defeat the Jailer. And I said, this is what they're going to do. They're going to wait until the Covenants stand together to defeat the Jailer, and then they're going to drop all of the Covenants. Because then it makes sense in the story, right? It makes sense from a lore perspective. It makes sense that there is no more Covenants. That's why I thought they were going to leave the Ripcord for that long. So, yes, I think in some ways they are correct. The Covenant experience for the first time was actually quite nice. It was actually quite nice. But I also think that it could have been sooner, right? I would actually have argued that this should have happened in 9.1. It should not have waited for 9.15. This should have happened 9.1 so the people could actually, get into the next raid and actually have that freedom. But anyways, Conduit Energy, however, is a different story. The system simply has not played out the way we hoped it would, because we told you it wouldn't play out the way you would. We should have heeded community feedback and taken a different direction a year ago. This is insane to me. I'm speechless. Blizzard actually coming out and saying, yeah, we were wrong. Is this what's the date? Is it April the 1st? No, it's August. Who wrote this? Whoever's writing this is going to get fired. You just know that, right? Whoever wrote this is just, their job's done. Blizzard have never admitted that they made a mistake and that the players were right. Thanks for writing this, bro. Really appreciate it. You're done. A majority of players largely ignore the system and are unaffected by it, while the minority who want to engage in multiple content types competitively feel constrained by it. Overall, that adds up to a negative experience, which we told you in beta already would be a negative experience for the only people that it affects. Conduit Energy isn't really making the game better in any appreciable way, so we're removing the system entirely. Good job, Blizzard. As for the Covenant campaign skip for alts and the ability to freely swap Covenants on alts, that change is one outgrowth of many ongoing discussions within the development team, focused on feedback that at times players feel like the WoW content they most enjoy is locked behind experiences that aren't nearly as appealing to them. Some of that feedback revolves around different playstyles and content types, but a consistent theme is that experiences that were fun the first time through start to lose their luster on repeat playthroughs on alts, especially when required for power progression. So just as the Threads of Fate system exists to allow players to skip the level up zone narrative on subsequent playthroughs, we want to give max level players a similar option to avoid having to replay a Covenant campaign they've already done. Good fucking job, Blizzard. Good job. Everything. So here is why I take so much joy from this post. Just for anyone that is sort of wondering. It's not only that Blizzard is actually making the right decisions that players asked for. It seems like in this post, at least, they understand why players asked for it. Remember what I told you guys a couple of days ago? I don't know if Blizzard can fix World of Warcraft because I don't know if they understand what or why players have issues with World of Warcraft. It doesn't even matter, right? That they see there's problems and they follow the feedback from the players and they do what the players give them. If they don't understand the fundamental reason for why players have a problem with certain things, then you can know that the next expansion is going to be just as bad, filled with just as many bad choices, because they still don't really know why players have a specific problem with a specific thing, right? And to me, this is amazing. I find this truly fantastic. As the 9.15 PTR progresses, we hope to roll out several other changes aimed at giving you more flexibility in choosing how you prefer to adventure in Azeroth. We'll have more detail to follow as we finalize our plans. Stay tuned for full PTR notes in the near future, and we look forward to discussion and feedback to guide us in our ongoing improvements to World of Warcraft, the Warcraft team. Okay, Blizzard, I'm going to make this very simple for you. In 9.15, remove all player power from Torghast immediately. Trust in your systems. Trust that your systems will be fun for the people that it was designed for. Don't try and force people into your systems if they don't want to do it. Make the system, let people enjoy the system. Those who love the Covenant campaign quest will still do the Covenant campaign quests. Those who don't will simply skip them and move on to the content that they actually want to play. Start trusting that your systems is good enough to stand on their own 2 feet for the player base that they were designed for. Not everything in your game is designed for 100% of the people, and that's okay. Not everyone is going to like Torghast. Not everyone is going to like Mythic Plus. Not everyone is going to like raiding. Just make the content and then stand back and tell players, hey, enjoy it. Just go out and enjoy it. That's it. You don't need anything else. You don't need to push. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force. Just relax. Players will naturally find the content that they find most fun. And then you're done. The players are happy. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I don't have to worry about being forced into anything. If you do that, Blizzard, I will be the first to resub to your game. Because then I'll actually be able to have fun my way, not the way that you think I should. All in all, this is amazing. And all in all, Blizzard deserves a lot of praise for these changes. I believe that. Remember what I've always said to every single person. When Blizzard fucks up, we call them out. When they do something nice, we say good job. Because if you want the freedom to call someone out, you must also be willing to praise them when they do the right thing. Otherwise, you're biased. You're doing things, you're literally only focusing on the negative and not focusing on the positive. This is a giant win for the player base. Giant. We should be happy for this. I'm happy. Chat, how do you guys feel?